Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Innerscope Hearing Tech's YouTube channel. Of course, we're here with Matt. We're going to go over some common questions that he's been getting and shed some light on the company. So keep in mind, there have been hundreds and hundreds of questions between Reddit, YouTube, and pretty much every platform that's talking about it. And we're going to try to hit the most pertinent ones. We won't be able to get through everything today, but this seems to be the things that people are focused on the most. First off, Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Reading through all these threads can burn you out. Like I said, there's thousands of things going on involving the company now, just everywhere. Reddit alone, thousands of comments.
Oh yeah, and our email boxes are blowing up right now. Our direct messages on Twitter, you name it. It is insane right now how many people are interested in Interscope and our mission.
Yeah, it's everything's been going good. The YouTube videos are getting thousands of views even within just posting them. So, let's keep this momentum, people. We're going to do our best to answer all your questions here. So, first one is about the share structure. Some people kind of want the reverse splits, other people don't. So, what is your stance on it right now? And can you also just tell people what a reverse split is for those less savvy?
Yeah, so basically, a reverse split is simple. Is that we were able to increase the price point of the stock by doing, like, for example, a 1 for 2,000. So basically, a person with 2,000 shares would get one new share of it. So that would decrease the outstanding by a factor of 2,000, and then that would increase the price by 2,000%. 2,000, which would be like 20,000, 200,000%.
Mhm.
But the idea is behind that is to higher price points reaches more platforms, trading platforms, Fidelity, E-Trade. The higher price points are able to get those more trading platforms, and that's where the objective of Interscope was back when we filed the reverse split paperwork back in March, actually as May of 2020. And during that process, that was kind of where we're kind of heading to kind of re-kickstart the company and the stock. But based off of today's stock structure and today's stock trajectory, we actually do not need to do a reverse split to reach our 2021 goals. And in fact, that actually reverse split, that paperwork actually expired. So we would actually have to redo the whole thing all over again if we even want to go down that path. So you're talking a lot of disclosures, a lot of time and energy that goes through that. So, but we're not focused on that. Again, if our stock trajectory continues like it has been the past 8 weeks, 6, 8 weeks, there is no need for Interscope to do a reverse split to reach our 2021 goals.
Agreed. And some important things for people to consider is that a reverse split doesn't increase or decrease your position in a company at all. It keeps it exactly the same. It's a numbers thing essentially.
And now that Interscope is above a penny, 5, 6, we almost got up to 10 cents a couple days ago. We don't need to do that to reach a new investor base now.
True. So, yep, for now, no reverse split. Another common one is about the hearing aids specifically. So, like, why are they so expensive? Why are yours cheaper? And is the quality of yours the same as these really expensive ones?
Great question. And let me tell you first, our products have identical feature sets and satisfaction from the customers compared to products that cost $8,000 a set. See, that's the dirty little secret in this industry. Is it's not about the hearing aids are $8,000 at your local professional, not because of the audiologist or local hearing instrument specialist is gouging you. They actually aren't. Okay, it's like the gas station, gas station owner. When gas prices go up, people start yelling at gas station owners, "Oh, the prices are too high."
Yeah.
But it's really they're making very few percentage margins on gas itself. You have to go back all the way through the refinery, all the way to OPEC, etc. So that's where this is coming from. The global hearing aid manufacturers are really having a huge profit margin on these products. They buy these products from China, from Mexico, from all these other countries around the world at a couple $100 a unit. Okay.
Mhm.
And then they sell them wholesale for $900 to $2,000 a unit to a local professional. And then local professional marks it up 40, 50%. So from that point, so that's the reason why the local audiologist isn't making a lot of money from these. It all comes down to the big global hearing aid manufacturers. And what we've done is that we've bypassed the middlemen of the big global manufacturers, gone to those same assembly lines as the big global manufacturers to get the raw prices of our products done and completed and assembled, shipped to us, so that that way we're able to offer manufacturer direct pricing directly to the consumers with a similar technology inside them. Yes, the big manufacturers spend millions of dollars in R&D, in firmware, algorithms, and all that. We use our own algorithms. We've connected with technology partners all around the world to basically put patents in licensing technology inside these products to create our own algorithms, our own firmware. So basically, our raw horsepower of the devices are identical, essentially.
Okay.
It all comes down to the algorithms and technology and the firmware, software behind it. And that's where our products are different, but we provide the same similar effect as these big global hearing aid manufacturers at one fourth the cost to the
Yeah.
consumer.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that should answer people's questions. It's roughly the same thing. They are identical.
I wouldn't say 100% identical, but at the end of the day, it provides similar satisfaction rates to the consumers at one fourth the cost.
Okay. Okay. So then the next question people had up here is, why isn't the company pink current and when will it be?
Great question. Essentially, unfortunately, due to COVID, we were financially hit by COVID, and unfortunately, that was one of the first things that slipped back in March and April of last year. Was when COVID hit. I mean, it's $150,000 to $200,000 a year just to stay current. You have auditors, legal, accountants, third party. We've paying the OTC markets. You have all these expenditures. It's nearly $200,000 a year. And due to COVID, unfortunately, that was one of the first things that were hit because we wanted to continue to pay our employees. We really wanted to continue to service our customers in the markets. So unfortunately, that was one of the first things that slipped. But today we have the capital, we have the necessary capital and resources to become current. So we're connecting. We're working with our auditors right now. We are working with our outside legal and audit or outside accounting services to start the process and finish the process of the 2019 K, all the 2020 Qs. So we should be fully current by end of March. That is our objective, which then at that point, we will, once we're current, we're going to put our application to uplist to the OTCQB. We were OTCQB from 2017 to early 2020. We only lost it due to our price being under a penny. And so we're going to be getting that back in April as well. So, so it's a slow process, and we're turning through this. And we're going to be uploading our filings one at a time, so the shareholders will be able to continue to follow our progress. We're hoping to have something up within the next couple weeks, next 2 to 3 weeks, have something up. So that way we're going to be putting the K up, 2019 K, then each Q one at a time, so the shareholders would be able to follow along with our progress.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure they'll keep up on it step by step. A lot of people have been watching, trying to get in the action, but a couple platforms, they haven't been able to. So just keep your eye on it, and you'll be able to trade it soon enough.
And because I would like to add one point to that is, when we're current, that removes the stop sign from the OTC markets profile page. That's one question I get a lot is, why do you have the stop sign on your OTC markets page? Simply, it's because of we're not current. Once we're current, that stop sign goes away.
Sure does. So then, do you have any updates on the OTC law?
Yeah, we actually have a pretty good update in that sense. Is one of our shareholders actually communicated with Janet Woodcock, which is one of the acting commissioner of the FDA, and she actually said that she's on top of it. She's going to be working with it. She's getting up to speed on it. Because of the administration shift, things have probably fallen through the cracks with COVID. So she just sent a one-liner, which I tweeted out. The shareholder shared it with me. Fairly confident that it is a great response from the administration, that they're working on it on there. And so we're literally going to wake up one day with this guidance out. A lot of people are asking is, oh, so if it's not out in a month or two, Is it, is it going to have to go back through, the president's desk again or through Congress? No, the law is in place. The law is done. We're just waiting on the FDA guidance. That is it. So literally, it's going to be a rubber stamp whenever the FDA comes around to it. So, literally, we're going to wake up, could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be in March or in April. We're literally going to wake up one day on their website, guidance is out, and then we're off to the races.
Yep, yep. So with that said, if this OTC law doesn't drop anytime soon, is Interscope still going to be okay? Is the future still green?
Absolutely. We're offering direct to consumer hearing devices as of now. DTC, not OTC, DTC, direct to consumer. And we're able to market those products. We've been on Walmart and Walmart.com since 2018. Our new products that are launching in March, they're going to be on Walmart and on Amazon in early March. These new retailers that we're launching our products, they're also direct to consumer hearing aids. But there is a few retailers that doesn't want to jump into the direct to consumer market. They're waiting for that OTC law,
Mm,
only because it's their comfort level. That
mm,
is it. So that's the OTC law is going to allow us to really increase our opportunities by 1,000-fold,
mhm,
which will also increase our revenue. You think about it, our main competitor, EAR on the NASDAQ, they're selling direct to consumer hearing aids as of now. Okay, so that is where we're easily can match their revenue in the next 12 to 18 months with the opportunities that are in front of us right now,
mhm.
as well as the ones in our pipeline without the OTC law. So the OTC law is the cherry on top. That is
Gotcha.
it. So
Okay.
we are still moving forward with our direct-to-consumer hearing aids launching here in the next few weeks, the next 4 weeks essentially. We're going to be getting our inventory in that we can start selling. And we're going to be going off gangbusters even without the OTC law. Again, the OTC law is just the cherry on top.
So then, what's the difference between the stock moving this time versus previous times? And I ask this because a lot of people, right? So you got people doing their due diligence, and by all means, everybody, always do due diligence if you're going to buy anything. Any investor will tell you that. But a lot of people have brought up this point, and I feel like this is a good point for you to address, Matthew. So, what is the difference?
Yeah, so basically what happened was in 2018 and 2019, we were talking with pretty much every retailer that you can imagine. We didn't have full-on signed wholesale agreements with these retailers at this point, back in 2018 and 2019. We had proposals, we had LOIs. We flew out to a lot of these retailers doing in-person presentations to senior management of these places in 2018 and 2019. And that is where I guess we got a little optimistic because
Mhm.
it was a hurry up and wait, unfortunately, with these retailers. These
Yeah.
big corporations, big corporations with thousands of locations in this country and abroad. Basically, we showed them the opportunities. They said, Matt, we're ready to go with it. We just need give us a few weeks, a few months to process, and we're ready to go. So we geared up. We got inventory. We got the staff. We were geared up, ready to go in 2018 and 2019. Unfortunately, the retailers did not pull the trigger.
Mhm.
So even though we had active proposals and LOIs ready to go off of that, we were not, but they didn't pull the trigger. That's different today. Today, we still have proposals and LOIs with online and brick and mortar retailers, the biggest ones you can think of. Okay, but today, what makes a big difference is that we have signed wholesale agreements with two very large corporations, retailers with hundreds and thousands of locations nationwide. Okay, that is the difference. And these are, you're talking Fortune 250, top 250, on the Fortune list. These are big wholesale agreements that we've signed. And that's the difference compared to what it was a couple years ago. So, that's where we're gearing up for these. The products will be launching here in the coming weeks. That is for sure. No ifs ands or buts when it comes to that. So that's quite the difference behind that. But on top of that, our technology is better than it was a couple years ago. So Yes, we have these wholesale agreements that we're launching. Okay, but we're launching we're launching a new e-commerce site. We're going to be doing some infomercials, standard commercials, national, local, regional. We are going after it this time. That is the difference compared to 2018, 2019. So we have multiple buckets that we're going to be operating in that's going to be able to, for us to increase our revenue significantly over the next, coming months. Again, my main competitor is Ergo. They're a
Mhm.
great competitor, and I feel we're going to be up in that range here very very soon. So so we're going after it.
Good, good. So Interscope, yeah, a whole new animal this time. About to say the only similarity is the fact that you guys are still Interscope, but the table looks completely different. It's set in a completely better way at this point.
Absolutely. And actually the great thing is over this past couple of years, we've been able to work on our technology. So that way we have better technology to go out to the masses. So that way we are ready to go. And again, just start pounding the pavement with our products and sales.
Wonderful, Matthew. Is there any other questions that you've seen that you'd like to address before we sign off today?
No, I mean, again, I get hundreds of direct messages, hundreds of emails from investors. I try to answer. My team tries to answer them as quickly as possible. Things are going to start percolating, and things are going to start coming out publicly in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be updating our website, our corporate website, and then we're going to be able to really dive in and let shareholders know our plans. Once we're able to announce our wholesalers or the retailers we're going to be working with, once we say that, then we're going to be able to update our website and then really kind of show people what our strategy is over the next 12 to 18 months to reach to 5-6 million dollars a month in revenue at least. So that is where it's an unnervy time, and in the next few weeks things are going to come a lot more clear. So I know patience is tough. I'm not very patient myself. So, I'm like a dog with a bone. I got to go after it. And that's what I'm doing. So it's just, over the next few weeks, things are going to start being released and everyone's going to start understanding why this time is Interscope's time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, guys, just keep watching. We'll keep getting the updates out to you. Uh, and once again, don't be afraid to leave a comment below. If you have a good question, we'll try to get to it. Subscribe, and we'll see you later. Matthew, thank you so much.
Thank you.